Hey, everybody. Um, my name is Kristy Barkley, Ruby Ambassador with Plexus Worldwide, and I am coming to you to introduce myself to everybody on our team. Probably 8 months ago, I knew everybody personally that was on our team, and suddenly our team has grown so much, which is so wonderful that there's a lot of people that I don't know. So I thought it would be a good idea if, as one of your leaders, I just came and um, introduced myself, told you a little bit more about Kristy Barkley and my background and why I share Plexus. So, few little tidbits. I have 4 kids, 2 that I gave birth to, 2 wonderful stepdaughters. I have an amazing husband who um, job has him traveling a lot. He is in Florida quite a bit, and I just recently closed a successful cake pop company that I had been running for 5 years and was super duper successful with that company. But now my Plexus income has surpassed what I would ever be able to make ever with cake pops, unless I hired a huge team and went in that direction. But that kind of takes away from the individualization of my cake pops. So, what can I tell you about me? If you don't know anything about Kristy Barkley and Plexus, you will probably learn at some point that I am a traumatic brain injury survivor. Um, that's kind of my brand. That's who I am, and that has shaped everything in my life since 2008, which um, is when the last big major injury occurred. And I won't bore you with tons of details, but I will tell you that in 2014, they ran a ton of tests on me, and they were able to let me know that although I did used to be wicked smart, full ride to BYU kind of smart, I was testing at well below average in my IQ. And my memory was going fast. They said I would never recover my memory. My short term memory didn't work very well. And um, predictions that they made for me were that by 2016, I would not recognize my oldest son, Isaac, when he walked across the stage at graduation. And by 2018, that I would be in assisted living because my family wouldn't be able to care for me anymore. And I seem to be tracking that pace pretty well. Early 2015, I didn't know most days which shoe went on which foot. I couldn't really drive anywhere because I got lost all the time. I couldn't take walks around my neighborhood because I got lost all the time. And you might say, well, what about GPS? Well, we talked to the doctors about that, and apparently my brain it could not process the information quickly enough. So even though my car was telling me, merge right to I-40, my brain just it wouldn't do that. It just didn't make any sense. So only place really that I ever went by myself was the grocery store, which was about a mile and a half down the road. And I went to the exact same one all the time and pretty much got the exact same things all the time. And I was for a couple reasons, because I got lost a lot, and then because whenever I was out in public with my husband and I would see somebody whose face maybe I recognized, I would call them the wrong names, or I would see them and know that I should know them, but I wouldn't know why I knew them. Or really, the only place I ever went was my son's school and school activities. So I would just stare at them, trying to figure out whose parent is that? How do I know them? What do they do? So my anxiety was through the roof. In almost a year, I didn't leave the house really, except to go to the grocery store, or if my oldest son or my husband were going somewhere with me, or my mom. I don't know. I really didn't go anywhere. I didn't really talk to people. I didn't. So I had a cake pop business, but I had an amazing assistant who spoke to people and who made deliveries. And I didn't talk to anybody. I made cake pops. And that was what gave me the reason to wake up every single day. Hold on, I'm doing a recording. You want to say hi real quick? Step away. This is our youngest, Andrew. Okay, go play. And anyway, I know that God gave me the cake pop business as a blessing. It gave me a reason to wake up every day. It gave me, I had orders, I had to get up, I had to do them. Sometimes I needed other people to do them because I was so sick. But I think that if God had not granted me that gift of making cake pops when doctors had already said I needed to retire, and doctors weren't pleased with me making cake pops and getting busier and busier because the stress level was really bad for my brain. And it caused other things to shut down. So anyway, but I did it. And in April of 2015, up to that point, I was progressing pretty quickly. We played a photograph game where my husband would take out pictures and scroll through them and would ask me if I remembered things from when the pictures were taken, and I very rarely did, and he would tell me about stuff. Everybody in my house knew never to say, do you remember? Or I told you that yesterday, or how could you forget? Everybody just knew that Mom didn't know. I didn't know if you had told me something 30 minutes ago or yesterday or a year ago. Mom just didn't know. If I was not sitting at the table making cake pops, I was in bed with the curtains drawn. The kids always had to be quiet. If you Googled traumatic brain injury symptoms, I had all of them. Anxiety, depression, suicidal thoughts, migraines, headaches, IBS. I had a lot of doctors. I went to the doctors a lot. I was on 9 prescription medicines, and believe it or not, my migraine specialist thought it was okay that I took 12 to 20 ibuprofen a day. That may sound nuts to you. That's what I had to take to be able to get out of bed to function. And I think they kind of realized that I was dying so quickly that I would die from my brain injury before I would die from liver damage. So that's just my story. And I've told it so many times. Sometimes it makes me cry a lot, and sometimes it doesn't. But my friends would describe it as just watching me die. People that had known me, Jenny and Deanna, who lead this team with me, will tell you that each year when we got together, they were just watching me die. Nobody knew what to do. And that was just, it's as simple as that. That was my story. I'm a brain injury survivor. And if you're wondering what kind, because I know some people have like major head trauma and they have brain surgery and they have this and that. And that qualifies. Mine is of the concussion sort. So it's the kind you see with professional athletes where the plaque just keeps growing and slowly shuts down all my systems. So now to my plexus journey and how that has played a role in it. I actually had a friend of mine who vulnerably shared a post of her before and after, and she looked great and she had lost a lot of weight. And I reached out to her to try what she was trying, because I wasn't able to exercise. I have run 4 full marathons and 9 half marathons. I was a runner. That was like my happy place. I couldn't run anymore, A, because I got lost, and B, because I couldn't get my heart rate above 120 without getting faint. So she looked great. So I don't know what made me reach out to her. I mean, truly, I didn't leave my house. So why I wanted to lose weight is beyond you and me. It was just, it just had to be a God blessing. So I tried it, and within 3 days, I didn't have another headache. And within 7 days, my migraines stopped. And I had 4 to 5 a week, like in my bedroom. Don't talk to me. I can't open my left eye. migraine. Like not laying around watching TV migraines, like lights out, no sound migraines. And they went away. So we didn't really know what was going on. We hadn't really changed anything. So I'm just going to kind of give you a timeline from there. So that was April of 2015. And in May of 2015, my husband lost his job that paid really, really well. And he went through and canceled everything. And I had about 1 million subscriptions. I mean, Stitch Fix, Rodan and Fields, hair color I had shipped to me, everything. Cable, if it could be canceled, he canceled it. But he said, we will not cancel Plexus because something crazy is happening. So we're going to have to figure out a way to pay for Plexus. And a month or so later, he said, oh, we got to pull Isaac out of school. Like it was about, Isaac was going to be starting, got the first bill. Isaac went to a private school and he was set to go back in August for his senior year. And Rob said, we can't afford it. So I said, let me see if this Plexus business is a real thing. So you know, when something is so huge, when you got to do something for your kids that's so ginormous, you literally will do anything for your kids. So I needed to make enough for his tuition, which was over $1,000 a month. And so I reached out to every single person I knew, everybody. And I had a huge network of people from when I used to work, when I used to be successful. And then they all saw my health decline and worried about me and prayed about me. And then my health was getting better. So I had something to share with people. And I just, for Isaac, I reached out to every single person I knew. And I did that month after month after month because I knew that I had to make enough money to pay for CPA. And I did. And then about a year later, May 2016, I hit senior gold, super excited. It was wonderful. I hit it right before, the day before going to convention, went to convention. It was amazing. And the day after convention, I had a seizure that presented as a stroke. And so they had me in the hospital for a while, trying to figure out had I had a stroke. You know, then when they ruled out a stroke, what was the seizure caused from? Do I have epilepsy? And I was sick and in bed for the most part until August. So that was June. That was like June 5th, maybe, until the end of August. Aaron Key reached out to me about trying to go to Leaders Retreat. And you earn Leaders Retreat points. Like right now, we're in the middle of it. June, July, and August of every year, you are trying to earn points for Leaders Retreat. So somewhere in my brain injury mind, I thought I only needed to get 9 more customers or ambassadors to join my team to go to Leaders Retreat. So I told Rob, I said, I've never gotten 9 in 48 hours, but I'm going to try. So I tried. And this was really the first time I talked to anybody about Plexus for a few months. I continued always to post, but I was not actively trying to work the business. So my numbers were wrong. Turns out I needed either 23 or 24 in 48 hours, 23 or 24 new customers or ambassadors in 48 hours. And I did it. And I made it. And I went to Leaders Retreat. And Carrie Wilkerson said some things that really, really meant a lot to me. And then I came home and decided I'm good. I'm going to work the business. Now I never, and I still can't work the business as hard as a lot of people. You will see like Celeste Gwynn, who went Emerald in 4 or 5 months and Diamond in like 8 months. And she'll tell you like she worked hard. Like Emerald in 12 months is about average, but that's working hard. That's treating this like a business. Kristy's brain doesn't play that game. I can't work hard 8 hours a day. I just can't. Symptoms or no symptoms, I can't talk to people 8 hours a day. So I will always, my pace will always be a little slower. But in November, I was really, God just really placed on my heart that He had given me this gift, and it was a huge gift. And I needed to do something with it. And I kept praying about it and talking to my husband about it and talking to my friends about it, trying to figure out, like, what does he want from me? Like, I'm okay being gold, senior gold. I make enough to pay for the kids' school, and I'm okay with that. And one day I just woke up and I was so overwhelmed with the fact that if I went diamond, I could save enough money in a couple of years that when my health turns for the worse, Rob would be able to quit working, and the standard of living for our children would not have to change. With a diamond income at just over $440,000 a year, if I could make that for 3 or 4 years, when I start to die, and when somebody needs to be my caregiver 24/7, which will happen, and it'll happen a lot sooner than most unless I die in a car crash, that this income, we will have enough in the bank that my family can stop whatever they're doing and be where they want to be. And they won't have the stress of how we're going to pay our bills and take care of mom. They will just be. And not only that, but as I stop working the business, and if I die during my business, they will my business to my family. Like, my team can continue to work, and my husband will still get my diamond check until there is no more check to come, until there is nobody left on my team ever to work again. My family will get my check. And that, I don't know what other company does that. I couldn't, there's not a corporation out there in the world that would do that. And God gave me this gift. So Plexus has not only changed my health. Doctors, I have one doctor now, well, my primary care physician, my psychiatrist. I rarely go to the doctor. I'm like off all my medicines. They just are like astounded. My last yearly checkup, my doctor I've been seeing for 10 years, my primary care physician said, if I did not have this stack this big, how sick you were, I'd never, ever know that you were ever sick. You were completely healthy. And that is these products. Nothing else has changed. I go to the gym every day now. I talk to people. I leave my house. I have the most beautiful life, and I have a great income. And I have that to offer people. So my why, my big why, is to take care of my family, and definitely when I start to get sick again, and to do great things with them in the meantime. My daily why is that I have this to offer everybody. There are sick people out there, people that not near as sick as I was, different kinds of sick, that these products can change their life and wealth. Oh my goodness. Like, what would a Ruby income do for some people? You know, what would you do with an extra $3,000 a month? Are you in debt? Do you have student loan debt? Do you have medical bills? Are you a single mom that works 2 jobs and never gets to see her kids because she works all the time just to keep a roof over their head? Like, this business is life-changing. And that's why I do it. And that's why I share every single day, even when I'm having bad days. Like, some days we call them bad brain days. And I may have a call scheduled and I may have to cancel it. It doesn't happen much anymore, but it happens. But even then, I post on Facebook, because these products, it just, when you are healthy and when you do not have the horrible fear of how you're gonna put food on the table, you are better able to feel the Spirit. You are better able to see God's blessings in your life. And you are better able to live and be an example and help others. And that is my plexus story. And that is why I'm so grateful to have all of you on my team. As I continue to try to rank up to take care of my family, really what I pray for every single day, I pray for my team every day, and every single day I pray, God, please send me somebody who is in pain, whether it's their health or their financial burden. Please send me somebody who is in pain that I can help, because anybody can do this. Truly, the only requirement to be a diamond in plexus is that you're 18 years old. That's it. We have high school graduates. We have kids in college that are diamonds. We have moms. We have grandmas. We have dads. We have mom and wife teams. There's so many amazing diamonds. And I'm going to be one. And I am excited for you to be on a diamond team. And if I can do anything for you, if I can share my story to help somebody else that you know, I am always willing, and I am just grateful to have you on our team. So again, I'm Kristy Barkley, and welcome to Team Hope. I'm going to see if I can stop the recording. Maybe. Okay. Have a great day.